Now, moving on to other stories, child labor remains a pressing issue in Nigeria, affecting millions of children across the country. While many nations have made strides in curbing child labor, the practice still persists at an alarming rate, especially in the country. Now, as the world marks the 2025 International Day Against Child Labor, TV360's Tamilore Akinkolie reports on the growing concerns and what experts say must be done to end it.
Under traffic lights, in markets, and on the streets of cities and rural towns across Nigeria, the image is familiar. Children as young as 7, weaving between cars or balancing goods on their heads in an attempt to earn money for their families. This is the face of child labor in Nigeria today. A 2022 report of Nigerian Child Labor Survey reveals that 5 million children aged 5 to 17 were engaged in child labor. Despite the adoption of several international conventions and the existence of national laws against child labor, street hawking remains the most common form, with many children exposed to physical danger, abuse, and long-term educational setbacks. The prevalence of child labor is often linked to poverty, lack of access to education, and cultural norms.
Child labor means subjecting a child to an exploitative and difficult work, and sometimes depriving the child of his or her rights, like right to education. And the difference between child labor and domestic work is that this is what the child does for the rest of the life of his or her life, as long as that child is in that environment.
Then using children for hawking all sorts of goods, products for their maybe their guardian, because their parents or guardians, right? Then we have using them as storekeepers most times too, in shops, in markets. So these are some of the prevalent child labor we have in Nigeria.
The national policy on child labor exists alongside the Child Rights Act of 2003, but enforcement still patchy. Many state governments are yet to fully domesticate or implement the law.
There are government policies that fight against child labor, like when it comes to child rights law, which is in Lagos State. It's the policy that actually fights child labor, even child protection policy too. But the question is, so challenge is taking these laws to those that are really, really involved is a challenge. Ideally, every child-centered organization is supposed to have such policy down. But most of the people that are even perpetrators or even carry out this act may not even know that there is something like this and that there is a punishment. That's why the need for awareness is still very, very important.
Stakeholders are now urging stronger collaboration between government agencies, communities, and civil society groups to eliminate the practice. Advocates believe that universal access to free and quality education, combined with economic support for vulnerable families, could break the cycle.
Engage as much stakeholders as possible to take this message back to their various communities. Bring in people to talk to communities, to talk to churches, because people who abuse children, people who use children for child labor, cuts across all these social institutions I'm mentioning. They're in the churches, they're in the mosques, they're in the communities, right? So if we can bring in people to educate them, honestly, we are going to be doing a whole lot of good justice.
Until every child is in school and off the streets, the fight against child labor is far from over. Advocates propose a comprehensive approach to effectively combat the trend in Nigeria, strengthening existing laws and ensuring that they are effectively implemented is essential for protecting children's rights. Tamilore Akinkolie, TV360, Lagos.